Hello, 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 my amigos. Welcome, one. Welcome, all. It's time for another exciting edition of The Show with No Name, exclusively on Vaughn Radio. And, folks, I hope you are ready because it's time for liftoff.
T-minus 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
1.
Come on.
0. Ignition.
We got this.
Liftoff.
Hold on tight.
30 minutes after the hour.
Hold on to your hats, folks. It's going to be a bumpy exit.
Hold on to your hat. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hat. Get ready for the ride of your life. The show with no name time on Vaughn Radio. It's the show with no name. It's the show. Let's go.
That's right, amigos. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. It's time for another exciting edition of The Show with No Name. I hope you guys are warmed up. I hope my buddy Fitz got you nice and warm for the next 2 hours where we are going to play, we're going to laugh, we're going to have some fun, and we are going to be challenged. And speaking of challenges, it is right around the corner. And what am I referring to? I'm referring to Vaughn Radio Trivia Night. It's a triple threat. That means there are 3 hosts. It's Andy Vaughn, Rob Grams, and Nacho Carvajal.
In a world where everybody knows the answers, only 3 people have the questions. Only 3 people.
You're right there, Rob.
I'm all right. Hey, guys, it's Vaughn Trivia Night. Bah, 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 bah.
Woo!
30th of November, it's the lunchtime cruise turn at the Trivia Night. And that's me, the Natch, Andy.
Yes, indeed. You're going to see all 3 of us at Roll Madrid in Calle Amaniel number 23. Calle Amaniel number 23, 8:30, November 30th. See you there.
That's right, folks. It's Vaughn Radio Trivia Night. Don't miss it. It's going to be tons of fun, and it's right around the corner. It's November 30th. I'll say the year just in case, because as you know, these end up being podcasts. So November 30th, the year is 2022. The time is 8:30 p.m., and the place is Roll Madrid, a really cool place with some good eats, some nice brewskis. A brewski is another way of saying a beer, and they have all different kinds of beer if you're a beer lover. So check it out. It's Roll Madrid. It's Calle Amaniel number 23. Remember, in English sería 23 Amaniel Street, pero como estamos en España, Calle Amaniel 23, 8:30 p.m. Get there a little bit early if you want to be on a good team. And I know these 3 people like the back of my hand. Les conozco buenísimo. I know them so well. In fact, I'm trying to think of which one I know the best. And I know Rob, and I know Andy, and I know Nacho so well. Like I said, like the back of my hand. In Spanish, you guys say like the palm of my hand. Si no me equivoco, decís como la palma de la mano. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're all going to be there. Vamos a estar todos, not just the 3 hosts, as we say in English, the host with the most. I love that one. El presentador con lo más, con lo máximo. So, folks, check it out. It's another free thing that you can do. I know some of you don't live in Madrid. Hopefully, they'll be able to live stream it. I know it's not the same thing, But I know some of you have made arrangements as well. Eso es prepararlo, organizarte. You've made arrangements to come to Madrid. So that's awesome. I'm speaking of Chris Valrol and many other people who I know. One of our listeners, Maria, she came to the last, I don't remember which one it was, but she came from Murcia. So a shout out to all of you guys because, hey, I hope it was worthwhile. Espero que valió la pena. I hope you had fun. And if you're planning on doing it again, November 30th. Now, time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. No queda mucho tiempo. So if you're in Madrid, mark your calendar. If you're not in Madrid, you want to start making arrangements to be here for that awesome evening ASAP. And remember, you guys say ASAP, right? Cuando le decís esto, that one we don't say. We say ASAP or as soon as possible or ASAP. O sea, tienes tres opciones, pero ASAP no es uno. It's ASAP, ASAP, que es más largo a veces que as soon as possible. ASAP, 4 sílabas. As soon as possible. Bueno, es un poco más. But you catch my drift. The only one is we don't say ASAP. And I know in Spain you do. And I'm working on something right now. I can't tell you what it is, but in the laboratory, I've been hard at work. And I'm coming up with lists of words like this that look really, you look at them and you're like, oh, this is easy. But they're deceiving. And to deceive is que te mienten, te engañan. So a lot of good things coming up, guys. As we wrap up the year, it's incredible. 2022 is almost, what have we got? Another month? And you know how that last month goes. So 2022 is basically, goodbye. Goodbye, buddy. Great to see you. Let's hope 2023 is better, right? Every year should be better. That's the definition of evolution. And I've been seeing you guys evolve. ¿Ves? Evolution, sustantivo. To evolve, evolucionar. See, always playing with words. No te conformes. Don't just, take the word evolution and say, yes, ya sé, evolución, evolution, la tengo. Hay más. Porque ya dices, okay, eso es sustantivo. But puede ser un verbo, claro, como es en español, evolucionar. Okay, ¿y cómo se dice? Evolutionate? No, it's to evolve, to evolve. All right, so amigos, as we evolve, as we grow together, I think it's time for our first challenge of the day. We call it the Pop Quiz. Pop Quiz. Pop Quiz. Pop Quiz. Pop Quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah. That's right, folks. That's right. It is our pop quiz only on the show with no name. And this is where I see if you guys are following us on social media and not just following us, but getting the content, the vast amount of content that we put out every day. And when I say we, I mean Grupo Vaughn, I mean myself, I mean my friends, my coworkers at Vaughn Radio. So again, listening to us, downloading our app, step one. Following us on social media, step two. And again, both of those options are free. That's right, free. You can download the app for free. You can follow on social media for free for now. We don't know if Elon Musk is going to keep it that way. All right. Well, folks, as always, we're going to take a look at a challenge. And today I'm going to make it pretty open-ended. Open-ended. Que no voy a poner muchos límites aquí. No, it's going to be kind of, you can get creative, okay? Cuidado con esta. He oído mucha gente decir creative, right? Creative. You can get creative with this one. So I taught como agua de mayo on social media, which is an expression that uses either the word breathe or breath. And the reason I taught a few expressions with breathe and breath was because it was a common mistake. And I made a video. Remember, I've been making these videos every day. I've been sharing videos to help you guys learn English. And usually we review some of those tricky areas. One of my favorite comments I get on social media is, "Oh, Alberto, I always make that mistake. Thank you. I need to review it." Or, "Oh, I didn't know that. I was saying it wrong." So those little things, when I see you guys have a moment of discovery in English because of a post or, you know, something that just, como decimos en inglés, something clicked in your head. No, algo hizo click en tu cabeza. And you said, "I got it. Now, okay, I'm never going to make that mistake again." And again, that progress is called evolution, going back to it. Is it Charles Darwin's birthday or something? Why am I talking about evolution so much? All right, well, there it is, folks. I want you to give me an idiomatic expression using either the word breath, que es respiración, sin la E al final, breath, or one using breathe. So there you go. And breathe es el verbo que lleva la E al final. That's it. There you go. I think it's relatively easy. And in the meantime, we'll go on over to our chat room. A lot of amigos checking in over here. Thank you, by the way, to everybody for the birthday greetings. I received lots and lots of love. And my birthday is not on social media. So if you wished me a happy birthday, it's because you knew. It's because it was important to you, because it was in your calendar. So I appreciate that. Because not that I don't appreciate, but you know, when Facebook, remember back in the day, Facebook, oh man, you'd get like 75,000 and you're like, "I haven't spoken to you in 8 years, but happy birthday." Don't care about your life, but happy birthday to you. Hey, it's great that people reach out, you know, but then, you know, sometimes you get bombarded by messages and you're like, well, I want to really, you know, spend time talking to or connecting with my loved ones. And that's you guys. So thank you. Speaking of loved ones, there's Vero. She says, "Good morning, beautiful people. Happy belated birthday, Master AA. Lots of love." Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Vero. Always a pleasure to have you here with us. And thank you so much. I got your greeting on Twitter as well. Chris Valrol. I was just talking about her. She says, "Morning, AA and friends. Rise and shine." That's a totally native. Rise and shine. Arriba y a por ellos. No? Vamos a brillar hoy. Something we say in the morning. Now, Chris, I've been up for hours since about 6:30. So lots of work to do this week. Mucho trabajo esta semana. But hey, we'll get through it together, guys. We'll get through it together. Let's see. There's Jay Lima. Now we can start. Jay Lima says, "Hello, AA. The World Cup is here." That's right. Weird ceremony, huh? I was like, if you're going to spend all that money, I don't know. I didn't find it like that great. Maybe because I'm not a huge fan of the K-pop stuff. I don't know. Don't crucify me. Sorry. I'm just an old fogey, como decimos. También decimos an old fart. ¿Sabías este? Soy un viejo pedo. Soy un viejo. I'm an old fart. Suena horrible, ¿eh? Pero así lo decimos. Cuando tienes esa actitud, oh, don't be an old fart. So Jay Lima says, "The World Cup is here. How will the USA team fare in the World Cup?" Great. Wow, great word there. How will they fare? How will they do? Excellent. Wow, Jay Lima, you really have some great usage there. And I have no idea. You want me to be honest, Jay Lima? I'm just going to be following the games that are put on a platter, que las tengo ahí en bandeja. So if it's on Televisión Española and I can watch it because I'm free, I will. And then he says, are you supporting the Spain team or the Spanish team? Of course. Of course. Go USA, go Spain, go Italy. Yeah. My mom's family is Italian. I've always, in fact, in the United States, I used to have Italian dinners every Sunday, but made with Italian hands. So I support 3 teams. Now, of course, I live in Spain, and I've lived here for long enough. So I guess if I have to choose one soccer team, not one nation, it would have to be Spain, because they've given me so much glory. They've given us so much. I think so, right? I've never seen Spain so... I mean, we like to celebrate in Spain, but when they brought home the Euro Cup, the World Cup, and then the Euro Cup again, we were just all like, stop. We can't keep having these parades here. We got to work sometime. Chris says, of course, it was worth attending the trivia night. It was worth it. Oh, great, Chris. We had a great time. I'm sure Leonardo, who was on your team, and some of your other fellow classmates enjoyed it as well. Your company. Laura, speaking of great company, she says, good morning, everyone. Hello, Laura. She says, let's have a great start to the week with the wonderful Double A and the show with no name. Thank you. And as you can hear, I appreciate that, guys, because right now you're giving me my medicine. You hear? I'm still stuffed up. Sigo un poco congestionado. Hey, round and round. My daughter, me, my wife, and round and round, and round and round. Conjunctivitis. Then we go to just name it. All the itises, todos los itis. But hey, show must go on. Okay, I have my voice. Might be a little bit clogged up. You know, I have to clear my throat from time to time, but I've got the energy to do it. Just a little bit, under the weather. Let's see. More comments from our amazing students here. German, morning, guys. Morning to you, German. Thanks again for your energy every day. Oscar says, hi, guys. My best wishes for y'all. Thank you. Thank you, Oscar. Right back at you. All right, there's Jay Lima. He says, I don't have time to catch my breath. I'm extremely busy. Oh, yeah. Nice job. Let's see. Oscar. So, I don't have time to catch my breath. Excellent. Y decimos eso. Hey, catch your breath. No, recupera el aliento. Y eso sin la E. Catch your breath. Excellent. Very native. We've got Oscar, or Oscar, if you want to pronounce it a la americana. Oscar says, I run out of breath while running my last kilometers. Oh, yeah. Most people do. Quedarse sin aliento. I ran out of breath en pasado, en presente. I run out of breath. Excellent. So far, Jay and Oscar, you've used them correctly. Es que puse el ejemplo porque muchos mezclan breathe con breath. Right? All right, let's see. We've got German. He says, every new episode of the show with no name is a breath of fresh air. Excellent. Wow. You guys are off to an amazing start today. All right, there's Laura. Laura says, let's go out for a walk to breathe some fresh air. I'll take you to a place that has a breathtaking view. Wow. Talk about creativity. Amazing. Nihad says, be happy. Don't hold your breath. I have good news that you could breathe. There you go. Also remember, don't hold your breath is an idiomatic expression. So, let me give it to you in context. Do you think politicians are going to start telling the truth one day? Don't hold your breath. Espera sentado. O sea, no te desesperes. Not going to happen. Not anytime soon. Don't hold your breath. Excellent. Literally, and figuratively. Salvador says, hi, double A and classmate. Hey, put an S there. Hay más que uno, I hope. Hi, double A and classmates. I'm going to seize the opportunity to improve my English. Oh, that's the right attitude. I'll tell you what, Salvador. I'm going to seize the opportunity. Cogerlo, agarrarlo. I love it. Es la misma palabra que usamos para decir seize the day. Carpe diem. I'm going to seize the opportunity to improve my English. Well, Salvador, there's no doubt in my mind with that attitude, you're definitely going to do it. All right. Laura says, unfortunately, Italy hasn't qualified and it's not participating. Yeah, I know. I would say they, porque quién son los chicos, Forza ragazzi. Is that what? Yeah, I don't know. Hey, correct me here. Laura, you're the Italian expert here. Even though I got it in my blood, you speak it better than I do, I'm sure. The only words I heard over and over and over in Italian were curse words. Yeah, palabrotas. Vaffanculo. Che cazzo. Hey, my grandparents were loving people, but we all get mad and we all say, God, she's well, I know the Italian ones. I remember one of my grandfather's favorite was Esparade. Remember, they had like my grandmother's family Sicilian dialect and my grandfather's Napolitan. So we don't speak Italian as, you would call Roman Italian, So, yeah, I know, Laura, it's a shame. It's a shame missing definitely a legendary team. I think everybody's sad that Italy's not there, right? Because Italy's like that team that we've all watched amazing football matches, soccer, if you're from my country. Monse says, morning, guys. What's up, Monse? Jay Lima coming back with another example. He says, my boss is breathing down my neck. Jay Lima, you're on fire, buddy. Le tengo encima. Le tengo respirando aquí en el cuello. Right? He's breathing down my neck. Let's take a look at some other ones over here. Okay, catch your breath. Guys, we're going to take a pause for a second so you can catch your breath. But do you know another way to say to catch your breath? To take a breather. Una pausa. We're going to take a breather. Not yet, but in about a minute or two, we're going to take a breather, right? We already looked at a breath of fresh air, agua de mayo, algo que nos viene muy bien, something that's perfect. It's just what we needed. To hold your breath. How long can you hold your breath? Right? That's something we used to practice when we were kids. And then you would time each other. And what about if you have dragon breath? Or peor, porque rima, death breath. Aliento de muerte, aliento de dragón. I think maybe the clinical term would be halitosis. What about this one? Nobody used this one. Walking in slow motion, then all it on my head. Take my breath away. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Take my breath away. What about this one? Save your breath. Ni te gastes las palabras, ni te gastes el aliento. Right? Save your breath. Okay? Hey, did you just say something to me under your breath? Mi madre me decía eso siempre, because I was a bit of a smart ass, medio listillo. Yeah. And, my mom would say, Alberto, you got to take out the trash. Tienes que sacar la basura. And I would be like, oh. She'd be like, did you just say something under your breath? Well, young man, if you think Santa Claus is coming this year, don't hold your breath. Because in one breath, I'll give him a call and it's over. Okay? So don't waste your breath, young man. Save your breath. Take a deep breath. Whoa, man. I think one of the most underestimated ways to be okay. You know, you're having a bad day, you're stressed, you got some, oh man, I've got a crick in my neck, or whatever. Take a deep breath. Let's do it right now. You can hear the congestion. I'm all congested. Inhale and exhale. Hey, do it a couple times. You'll feel a lot better. But folks, right now, we've got to take a breather. That's right. We've got to go to our first commercial break, but we'll be right back with tons more Show with No Name. So stick around. And action. The Show with No Name is sponsored by Kinepolis. Hey, amigos. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Show with No Name Part 2. Exclusively on Vaughn Radio. Come on in, folks. Come on in. We've got so much to do. And don't forget, folks, after today's show, you've got Jules Linares and her program, Let's Get Random, followed by the Lunchtime Show with Rob and Andy. Up next, we've got Tash Pasqua and Back to Basics, followed by Jessica Fernandez. And the Hour to Empower, followed by Guy Williams and Western Civilization. Don't forget about Dave and the Salad. And then we're wrapping it up with our buddy Kyle Miller, and it's drive time. Don't forget, if you download our free app, you'll have access to all our programs. And if you are a podcast listener like I am, well, then you can download us on Spotify, iVox, Apple Podcasts, or whatever you prefer. Whatever floats your boat. The important thing is, if you like our shows, remember to give them a rating. Remember, spread the word. That's another way we grow. And it's something very simple you can do, you know, because, of course, you guys are always writing to me and saying, Alberto, thank you. I'm learning so much. Make sure I appreciate you sending them to me, but make sure those are on the public forum as well, because all of that stuff helps. As I always remind you guys, Vaughn, they have a marketing budget. Of course they do. They have a marketing department. I don't. So Kyle Miller doesn't, so all of us, for our shows to continue to grow, obviously we grow through the growth at Vaughn, but we're all trying to make Vaughn Radio grow as well. So if we're all doing that, we're all trying to make your English grow. We're trying to make Vaughn Radio grow. Well, that's awesome. Our family is just going to get bigger and bigger and more international. So, folks, let's kick off with a challenge called Say What? Say what? That's right, folks. That's right. It's the show with no name, and it's the Say What soundbite. This is where we're going to hear from a famous person. Let's pretend. We can always, I like to pretend in this section. Let's pretend this person is leaving a message. Okay, es un buzón de voz. They're leaving a message, but I can't hear it for some reason, and I need you to relay the information back to me. Okay, so first, I want you to relay it to me in your own words, because let's pretend time is of the essence. You're not going to hear it again. Okay, just to put it all into context. So we work together, and I say, listen, I can't listen to that message. There's at any point today, could you please tell me what this person was talking about? And then, of course, we're on our way to the business trip, and then in the last section, you're giving me word for word where we're going to get into detail. We're going to nail down the details, ¿no? Ir fijando los detalles. All right, so folks, here it goes. Grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, and write down what you hear. This is the Say What soundbite for the first time.
The doctor said that my mind would come back suddenly, and he was right. I mean, I didn't believe him, but I saw you. I walked past you into the house, and poof, my memory came back.
All right. There you go. Wow. That was pretty fast, but crystal clear, if you ask me. I know people who speak a lot less clear than that. All right. Let's give you a second just to let it sink in, para que lo asimiléis. And then what we're going to do is play it again, and I'd love to hear what you heard in your own words. All right, amigos? Ready? This is the Say What soundbite for the second time. Please write down what you hear.
The doctor said that my mind would come back suddenly, and he was right. I mean, I didn't believe him, but I saw you. I walked past you into the house, and poof, my memory came back.
There you go, folks. There you go. Second listen, you'll get two more. So this is the one where I want you to just give me the details, right? I want you to give me the point, el grano, la idea principal. Also, if you'd like to make some kind of observation on the person's accent, great, since we're looking at all different accents here on the show. Sometimes we'll hear someone from the north of England, and sometimes we'll hear somebody from Chicago, okay? All right, let's see. Jay Lima says, are you related to El Padrino? No, not it. Hey, that's offensive. No, yo no soy un ofendidito, but I could be. I'd be, are you saying all Italians are mafiosi? I'm joking. I don't care. If I told you, I'd have to kill you. How's that? Okay, dude? And I don't want to, Jay. I like you. All right? So do me a favor. Stop asking so many freaking questions and keep your mouth shut. Hey, you just did it. You set it up over there, no? Me lo pusiste en bandeja. You set it up. I just spiked it down. No, esto viene de volley. Nosotros usamos, oh man, you set me up there. To set it up is ponerlo en el aire. And to smack it down, to spike it is another way too, es rematarlo. So, oh man, you set me up. No, me buscabas que yo dijera esa respuesta, ¿no? I don't know if that's the best translation in Spanish. Let's see. Vero says, when I saw the view, it took my breath away. Do, do, do. Guys, I want to give you another round of applause over here because I didn't see anyone, not one of you, mix up breathe and breath. Unbelievable. And you don't know how many times. If I had a dime, si tuviera 10 céntimos, for every time I've heard somebody mix those up, and not one of you. So excellent job. Laura says, you know some interesting words in Italian, double A. Well, I don't know why. I guess my grandparents, they spoke English very well, in fact. But when they got angry or swore, it was in Italian all the time. I guess they thought, well, people won't really understand us. But, and I remember another one now, Laura. Fanable. Go to Naples. It means vete al infierno, vete a Nápoles. Fanable, spárate. Espárate means go shoot yourself. Yeah, again, my grandparents, you must be thinking, wow, these people, no. But occasionally that, when they had to say something in Italian, it was usually an expletive. Let's see. No gastes saliva. Save your breath. Oh, okay, great. Very, very similar. The idea is pretty much the same. Bastante parecido. All right, let's see. I'll give you guys some info based on my observations. I'm going to pretend I don't know who it is and any of that, but I think this person has a very high-pitched voice, right? Oh, and Laura, I just read your first sentence, and you say the same thing, so good. I wasn't too far off with my observation. Let's see what Laura has to say about this Say What soundbite. She says, I heard the high-pitched voice of an American woman expressing how excited she is to have recovered her memory, just as the doctor had told her. Laura, how can you say so much with so little? Ask Laura. She just did it. That's the idea, to say so much, in one sentence without overcrowding it. Laura, that's an art form, being able to say a lot in two sentences. Real, you told me high-pitched American woman, she's excited, she recovered her memory, and it's something the doctor had already expressed or told her. Excellent job, Laura. You've got a wonderful ear. And I don't doubt you'll figure it out today because we've had harder ones. Hemos tenido algunos que eran mucho más difíciles. So I'm betting on all of you today. And, well, I don't see anybody else participating. So let's go on to today's Spelling Bee.
Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee.
That's right, amigos. That's right. It is today's Spelling Bee. Today's Spelling Bee, as always, the Spelling Bee is one of the harder sections, so don't get discouraged. If you're having difficulty, if, you're like, man, this isn't working out here for me. I never get it. This is, in my opinion, and I imagine in many of your classmates' opinion as well, this is probably the toughest section on this show. So don't be hard on yourself. No te des mucha caña if you don't get it, because I get it. El get es el todopoderoso get. It's a wild card. What is a wild card? A wild card is un comodín, I think you say. All right, but before we get into today's Spelling Bee, we've got Chris Valrol. She's also participating in the Say What soundbite. And Chris said, this woman must have run out of breath. Ooh, interesting, Christina. using the pop quiz vocabulary in the Say What soundbite. I see what you did there. I could understand a few words. Pude entender o captar algunas palabras. So I think she was a little bit excited, but I can't explain the gist of it. Well, Cristina, regardless, de todos modos, you explained yourself perfectly. So great job. Again, the goal here is not to understand everything. It's then to be able to tell me, you know what, I caught the beginning, the end, that last sentence was pretty tough. Just being able to describe that is, how many times have I seen people participate telling me that they didn't understand it, but they told me in a way that was, I'll take it. I'll take it if it's totally native. And Cristina says, I wish I had Laura's ear. Well, little by little, believe me, I know it from my own experience. When I moved to Spain, I didn't understand too much. Okay, I understood like, hola, buenos dias, like that kind of stuff, But if you put on, Diario de Patricia or Juan y Medio, I'm showing you when I moved to Spain, I couldn't keep up. Or forget about Telecinco, one of these 5 people sitting around a table screaming programs, yo lo llamo. Vosotros decís magazine, yo digo 5 personas gritando alrededor de una mesa. It's a great format. It works. It's very popular here. 5 people not letting each other speak and interrupting each other. Yeah, I think that's the name of the show. Okay, I'll stop. All right, folks, here's today's spelling bee, one of the toughest sections. The first time, I am going to fly through it. I am going to be relentless, despiadado. I'm going to be relentless here, okay? I think relentless. A ver, relentless. No sé si don't quote me on that, como decimos. Relentless. Okay, relentless. Come on, you can help me. Es que he puesto relentless, pero come on, there it is. Implacable, incansable, incesante, firme, incansable. So I'm going to be relentless, but I know someone's going to get it. Here it is, round 1 of today's spelling bee. The first word is Poppies. The second word is WOMAN space PARASOL. The third one is IMPRESSION. The next one. Oh, no, excuse me. So space, ahí ponemos un espacio. SUNRISE. ¿Ves lo que pone? Lo que pasa si no pongo mis comas donde tienen que ir? Aha. Okay. The next one is WATER space LILIES. The fifth one is IRISES. And the last one is BOUQUET space SUNFLOWERS. Really tough one there. Really tough one. Let's see if anybody can figure it out. Laura says, Chris, I've lived in the States, so I have a head start. It will come if you keep listening to the show with no name. All right. All right. Anybody figure this out? This is not easy here. I'm the first one to tell you. This is the toughest section. And it was even hard for me today because I had an extra comma in there and it threw me off. Me descolocó, right? Let's see. German says, did you go breathless after being relentless? Hey, that less, it's good to know. A lot of words we use with that ending, that suffix, less. Bueno, conocéis muchos. Homeless, right? Tireless, incansable. Okay. So, anybody going once, going twice? Ooh, this is tough, huh? Okay. Well, we're going to do round 2. And this is a round where everybody's got to get it. Why? I want you to. I'm purposely feeding it to you. Como, okay, lo tienes. Ahora seguimos. Okay, so round 2. The first word is P-O-P-P-I-E-S. The second one is W-O-M-A-N space P-A-R-A-S-O-L. The third one is I-M-P-R-E-S-S-I-O-N space S-U-N-R-I-S-E. The next one is W-A-T-E-R space L-I-L-I-E-S. The next one is I-R-I-S-E-S. And the last one is B-O-U-Q-U-E-T space S-U-N-F-L-O-W-E-R-S. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. And I've got to tell you something. She did not get it on the second go. It was too late for me to stop. I had already started spelling round 2, and somebody hit send before, and I'm looking it over, and it looks right to me. So, ladies and gentlemen, unbelievable, Lupe. Wow. Lupe, excellent job. Lupe, excellent. I think it looks right. It looks 100% right. And as I said, you can check it. She posted that comment right as I started round 2. So I couldn't stop in the middle. Let's see. We've got some other people. Chris Valrol. So first Lupe, next Chris Valrol. Looks correct as well. Oh, no. Chris Valrol, you're missing something in there, but not bad. Not bad. Let's see. Juan says, hi, everybody. I heard the doctor said that in my mind. Okay. All right. There's just one question. There's just one problem here. Juan, I'll let you guys decide. Juan has participated in the Say What soundbite. Okay. But I want you to look at his comment because all the I's are minúscula. Like el yo in inglés. El I es minúscula. No lleva, there's no punctuation at the end. And saw is capital. I mean, I don't know how right it is, but visually, I'm like, where are we done? Or is there more to it? So I'm going to let you guys decide if we will accept that. So hello, Juan, and thanks for participating, but we're pretty strict over here. We're pretty relentless. Es la palabra del día aquí. So I don't know. The word all right, le falta una T, falta un punto ahí al final. You know what? I'll tell you what. You can do better. So since you have 2 more listens, we'll let you come back. All you have to do is copy and paste what you just did and just fix it. So it's correct. And if not, well, as I said, you guys have 2 more chances to get that. Excellent job on the spelling bee. Let's take a look over here at these words. These are all words related to Claude Monet, not Claude Money, Monet, the French painter. And today, in the year 1900, his paintings were shown at the Galerie Durand-Ruel in Paris. And I am absolutely sure I mispronounced that. So I'm just telling you now. If you're like, Alberto, you mispronounced that. I know, believe me. French pronunciation and me, we don't get along. No nos llevamos bien. We don't understand each other. So somebody said they had to do with flowers. That's true. Some of them. In fact, most of them have to do with flowers, but these are all famous paintings. Some of Monet's famous works. Oh, and speaking of artists, coming up on the podcast For Your English, this coming week, we've got Rob Grams. joining us to talk about art. And it's the last episode of the year, the last new episode. You'll get new episodes in January. There'll be bonus episodes coming out during the holidays. But if you missed it last week on FYI, we unwrapped chocolate. ¿Te gusta? A wrapper es el encubierto. No, lo que encubierto, is that how you say it? So we unwrapped chocolate in the last episode. And our next coming episode is on art. So we look at all kinds of things, not just painting, because as you guys know, Rob is a painter. But remember, there are 7 arts, supposedly, film being the 7th, right? So we mention all of that stuff. All right, so let's take a look at Monet's famous paintings. Many of them I'm sure you've heard of. I've seen some of them in person, and it's incredible because when you see them up close, it looks like, what is he doing? But when you step back, you're like, wow, that says something to me now. So it's interesting, that's why art too, sometimes we got to step back to appreciate it. The first word we're looking at here is poppies. Poppies. That's what my daughter calls me. Now, poppy is amapola. It's a flower, a poppy. Poppy seeds are the las semillas que van on your bagels. We put poppy seeds, okay? So this one is obviously based on the flower, poppy. The next one is woman with parasol. Now, this is interesting because if it's raining, you grab an umbrella. If it's sunny and you have fair skin es que más blanquito, you will carry a parasol. I saw it when I was in Asia. A lot of women and men carried parasols. Es que os hemos copiado ahí, parasol. So woman with parasol. The next one was Impressionism Sunrise. Impressionism Sunrise, which is beautiful. Again, a lot of these paintings, like if you look up close, it just looks like dots and things. But when you step back, it's just a beautiful mixing of colors. And you can really see Monet's love of nature. I remember when I went to go see one of his works at the MoMA, or there was an exhibit, a Monet exhibit at the MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art in New York City when I lived there. And I just remember spending the afternoon there and being like, this is just awesome. Obviously, he was kind of between Impressionism and then into what would be modern art as well. And let's see, the next one on our list over here, we said woman with parasol, Impression Sunrise. The next one, water lilies, perhaps one of his most famous ones. And lily, the word lily, lirio, azucena, water lilies. The next one on our list of Monet's masterpieces, I love my double alliteration. We've got irises. Now, iris is a name. It's a very popular name here in Spain. I know a few people named iris, but we pronounce it iris, que también es lirio, también iris o lirio, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, by the way, there's an episode of FYI on gardening. We talk all about gardening, and you'll learn a lot of these words if you didn't know them. It's a very therapeutic, very soothing episode. And the last one is bouquet of sunflowers. And a bouquet es un ramo. We use the French word, a bouquet of sunflowers. And a sunflower es un girasol. All right, folks, we've got to go to our next commercial break. We'll be right back with tons more. So stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name. Exclusively on Vaughn Radio. All right, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name. And I can't believe it. I can't believe that. And I don't want to say it because I don't want to be that guy. But folks, this week is Thanksgiving. Okay. And at least in the United States, Thanksgiving marks something very important. No, not Black Friday. In fact, if I hear the word Black Friday again, I am going to go postal. Voy a comprar una pistola. I'm going to buy like some kind of heavy machinery, you know. I'm talking like some serious weapons, you know. I'm going to go postal. But it is the start of the Christmas season. So that's when you can officially put up your Christmas tree and not be considered crazy. In the American standard, as I said. Now, here I know some people who put it up before Thanksgiving, but that's, I guess, logical if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, right? I like celebrating all holidays. Why not? Well, it doesn't cost me any extra. If I have to eat anyway, well, on Thanksgiving, I'll eat a turkey and I'll eat it with my family. And who knows, keep the traditions going. And it's one day of the year where you're forced. I mean, that's at least the idea in my family. You're forced to stop for a second, which I know it's tough for all of us. We're so busy with our busy lives and our important lives to say, hey, what am I thankful for? You know, how many things do I have or have I had my childhood, the fact that I speak, you know, and it's just a time to reflect on not just what you're thankful for, but also who you are thankful for. So even if you don't get turkey, I want you to celebrate Turkey Day with us. And Turkey Day is just another way to say Thanksgiving. Remember, there's an FYI episode on Thanksgiving. So give it a listen and you can go over some of the great traditions that we do in the United States and even more specifically in my family. All right, folks, we've got to move on. It's time for homophones.
Homophones, homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name.
That's right. That's right. It's homophones only on the show with no name. And this is where I give you two words and you guys have to tell me A, what the words are, and B, if they sound identical. So if I said that sound, you wouldn't know which word I was talking about. A couple examples. C. Did I just say la letra C? Did I just say si mar? Did I just say si ver? Did I just say si yes in Spanish? I don't know. I didn't mean any one of them. So it's just a sound. So that's what I mean when I mean do they sound exactly alike? Now the first word, if you were paying attention, we looked at it moments ago, right before our last commercial break. And this is a kind of flower. Generally, it's a red flower. In the UK, they use it, they wear them in memory of the soldiers who died in the 2 world wars. So I'm sure you guys have seen it. Okay, so it's amapola in Spanish, okay? Amapola. In the United States, we use the seeds, to to put on bread to give it texture, just like sesame seeds or any other seeds. Now, it's also the drug that makes opium, right? Makes heroin, if I'm not mistaken, as well. All right, so that's the first word. I said it before. The second word is a baby dog. Okay? You say cachorro. So a baby dog would be our second word. Okay? Cachorro o cachorra. Okay? There you go, folks. Also, we say amor, adolescente. Bueno, miramos otras expresiones con la segunda palabra, cachorro, que hay, tiene mucho uso. El primero, no tanto, es pues amapola y poco más. Okay? And in the meantime, I'm going to give you guys today's Say What soundbite for the third time. Please write down what you hear.
The doctor said that my mind would come back suddenly, and he was right. I mean, I didn't believe him, but I saw you. I walked past you into the house, and poof, my memory came back.
All right, there you go, my amigos. That was the third listen. You're going to hear that one more time on today's show, and hopefully somebody will be able to get it. But I mean, like, get it, not just like, throw some words up there. I mean, make a little effort, just a little bit, Okay. Let's take a look at some of our students who are participating in our homophone section. Laura is the first one, and she says the two words are and. Those are the correct words, Laura. And Laura says they don't sound alike. Okay, let's see what your fellow classmates say. I trust Laura, guys. Oh, there's Vero, and she says they're not homophones. And Vero, those are the correct words. German says they are not homophones. Oh, wow. These are three super students right now. Monse, she says the words are and they're homophones, at least for the lady that recorded the Google translations. Okay, interesting. Do you trust Google? You know what's crazy? Google or ABC, whatever their company is called now. Do you know what? This is crazy. Their motto, su eslogan, used to be "Don't be evil," and then they changed it. Why not just leave it, right? No seas malvado. Why don't you just leave it? Oh, you changed it because maybe it doesn't fit. Y mira, ahora justo me va lento internet. Wow, how convenient. So, okay, interesting, Monse. Interesting. Let's see. We'll see if I pronounce it like the Google lady. Salvador says the words are and they're not homophones. Lupe says they don't sound alike. Cristina, just be careful, Cristina. What you did there es pusiste el plural sin la S. Entonces sería con Y, Cris, the first word, a Y at the end, okay? Eso es si lo vamos a pluralizar con la S. Let's see. Jay Lima says they're homophones for me. Well, that's good, as long as the rest of the population agrees with you. I love when people say, for me, they are. Yeah, but the question is for the rest, like for the majority of speakers. Let's see. Monza says, so are they evil now? Well, why would you think about that? You got a nice slogan, a nice motto. Don't be evil, do good things. And then you say after like 8 years, like, let's get rid of that. That's not our philosophy anymore. Let's be evil. I don't know. You explain it. I don't get it. All right, let's take a look at these two words over here, ladies and gentlemen. The first word is poppy. Poppy, okay? Poppy seeds. I love poppy seeds on my bagel. There's just one problem. They get caught between your teeth. Oh yeah, poppy seeds are really small and black, and they get everywhere. You can't eat a poppy seed bagel without brushing your teeth after. Yeah, even if there's no onions on it or anything. I'm not even talking about your breath. Mira, aliento, lo vimos antes. I'm talking more about it gets caught between your teeth. It's up in your gums, las encías. It gets everywhere. But I love them. I love poppy seeds. Poppy. In fact, that's exactly how my daughter calls me, Poppy. Poppy and mommy. So in English, we also say that word as, oh, my poppy, right? There are people who say pappy con A. So that's another. My mom, de hecho, una tienda de familiar que lo lleva una familia is called a mom and pop shop. ¿No? Una tienda de. So poppy es como dándole un poco más de cariño. So interesting, right? Which is very different than hey, papi, because that's like for us, hey, tío, playboy. So again, tone is very important, as always. The first word, then poppy. Poppy. I've ordered these many times. Poppy seed bagels. Okay. The second word is puppy. Puppy. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to say both of them. The puppy ran through a field of poppies. The puppy, poppy. The puppy ran through a field of poppies. Puppy, poppy. Puppy, cachorro, puppy, puppy. Dilo conmigo. A puppy and poppy. So, for most of us, except Jay, Monse, and the woman on Google, they're not homophones. So, there's a big lesson. In the United States, that's over 300 million people. They're not homophones. So the Google lady better check her pronunciation. Maybe in England or Scotland or something. I don't know. But I've never heard people pronounce those two words similar, ever. So there are some, like I said, ladder, where in the United States, okay, there are some because of the pronunciation of the T or the D, they are in American English and aren't in British English, right? But this one, I'm hey, if Google says it, I'm not saying it's not true, but to me, it would sound weird to pronounce those two the same. So let's say them again. The first word, vamos en orden en que las vimos, poppy, just always look for the vowel sound. The vowel sound here is when you go to the doctor and they say, poppy, poppy. And the other one, puppy, 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 puppy. All right. And we looked at the word puppy the other day. We looked at hush puppies, a kind of shoes, kind of preppy, un poco de así ese estilo de Massimo Dutti, that kind of look. Then you got puppy dog eyes. Cuando alguien te mira como con ojos de cachorro. Oh, puppy. We all know those eyes. Puppy love. Amor entre gente joven. Oh, look at that. First love. It's puppy love. También si le decimos a alguien, you're a sick puppy. Eres un pirado. Estás enfermo, man. You are a sick puppy. All right, well, we've got to move on, amigos. Oh, wait. Before we move on, it looks like we have a winner, somebody who got today's Say What soundbite, and it looks like she has dotted her I's and crossed her T's, as always. Please give it up for Laura. Excellent job, Laura. And since Laura nailed that, I think I'm taking you guys to the movies. Name that movie. That's right, amigos. It's Name That Movie, only on the show with no name. Grab some popcorn and get ready, because this is going to be an awesome movie. In fact, this movie, I was talking about it with a friend the other day, and I'll tell you the year, 1986. So just because of that time period, it's my style. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. So for me, the 90s are awesome because it's like college, high school, but the 80s are more nostalgic. It's really my youth, right? So when I think of being 5, 6, 7 years old, that was the late 80s, mid to late 80s. So I always have a lot more nostalgia for the 80s than I do for the 90s per se. So here is the trailer of today's movie. To help his discouraged son get through college, a fun-loving and obnoxious rich businessman decides to enter the school as a student himself. All right. So this is a typical story of somebody who didn't finish school and decides to go back down the road, right? Más adelante. So to help his discouraged, if you're discouraged, is desanimado. His discouraged son get through college, ¿no? Terminar, to get through es acabarlo. To get through college, que es universidad. By the way, there's an FYI episode on universities. It came out a couple months ago. And so to help his son get through college, a fun-loving es un tío gracioso, divertido, que no se molesta con mucho. Tienes que quererle, that kind of guy. Fun-loving and obnoxious. Now, obnoxious is like inaguantable. Let's see if I translated it kind of correctly. Odioso, detestable, desagradable, right? You're being obnoxious, okay? Si te dicen la palabra obnoxious, that's not a good thing, okay? A fun-loving, esa parte es buena, o sea, que hay que quererle. A fun-loving and obnoxious rich businessman, okay, decides to enter the school as a student himself, como alumno él mismo. And we've got some winners. Please give it up for Jay Lima and Chris Valrol. Jay Lima and Chris Valrol have figured it out. Excellent job, folks. The movie is Back to School, and I love this freaking movie. It's just so like the concept is just so like done and done again, but not with this crew, not with Rodney Dangerfield, Sam Kinison, and it was co-written by Harold Ramis. You know who Harold Ramis is? Ghostbusters? Aha. And in the original script, Rodney Dangerfield's character was poor. But then Harold Ramis, the Ghostbusters guy, suggested that they make him rich, that it would make more sense. And yeah, pretty cool stuff. If you haven't seen it, it's just like typical. And you know what other movie came out that year? I mean, talk about a year for movies. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And one thing that these two movies had in common, you say Todo en un día, I think? Somebody who plays hooky from school, classic movie as well. And in both of these movies, and they came out the same week, by the way, the song Twist and Shout was featured. If you remember in this one, I'm trying to think of where it was in this one, maybe a dance scene of some sort. And I remember in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, it was a parade. Era en un desfile. Twist and shout, come on, baby, now. Come on, baby, come on and work it on out. You know, you look so good. And obviously, that's why that song, I never realized it because I thought, oh, this song is everywhere. But the song was from the 60s. But that just shows how when a song is in a movie, it gives it a new life to another generation. I've always found that part fascinating. All right, so Dean Martin says, well, first there's some stage direction. Hay indicaciones aquí. Barbet has arrived at the groundbreaking, okay, when they break ground, es empezar una obra, ¿no? El primer, cavar por primera vez. It's more of a ceremonial thing. So Barbet has arrived at the groundbreaking of the new Mellon School of Business. As you can see, he's donated a building. That's why he was accepted, not because of his grades. And Dean Martin, which is interesting because Dean Martin's a famous singer, but Dean is decano. I always get that word wrong. Decano, I think, decano or decano. You tell me. Dean. So it's kind of funny. Dean Martin is the character's name. Decano Martin. But Dean Martin's famous crooner. Crooner is uno que canta así. So glad. Dean Martin says, Philip, so glad you could make it. Me alegro de que hayas podido venir. Mr. Mellon, this is Dr. Philip Barbet. He's the dean of our new Mellon School of Business. And Dr. Philip Barbet says, as Thornton extends his hand, extiende la mano, usually the same thing. Barbie refuses it, le rechaza. He refuses it, and he takes Martin aside, le aparta a un lado. He takes him aside. He says, David, I just want to get it on record. Que quede claro. I want to get it on record that I am totally against this. Estoy totalmente en contra de esto. I don't think that selling admission es que te admiten en el colegio, el dinero, your admission fees. I don't think that selling admission to an obviously unqualified, que no tiene credenciales, to an obviously unqualified student is either ethical or honorable. Vamos a decir esas palabras. Ethical es ético, pero en inglés es A-L. Ethical and honorable. And Dean Martin says, right, Phil, in Mr. Mellon's defense, it was a really big check. Fue un talón muy, muy grande, una cantidad enorme. And Dr. Philip Barbie glaring at Martin in dismay. And to glare es echar esa mirada de te voy a matar. To glare at somebody. Lo hemos visto en este programa, seguro. And he's glaring at Martin in dismay. And what is dismay? No sé en español, pero es como he's let down, decepcionado, consternación, desaliento, dismay. And he says, it's a simple matter of undermining the efforts of our best students who are here as the result of hard work. And to undermine es minar, okay? También es to mine, dependiendo cuál estás haciendo. So, to mine es ir a buscar carbón y oro. That's mining. Undermining is that negative word in Spanish. A ver cómo es otra palabra para decirlo en inglés. Don't undermine me. Minar, socavar, right? To weaken my authority, ¿no? En hacer más débil mi autoridad. So he says it's a simple matter of undermining the efforts of our best students who are here as a result, no es result of hard work. And Thornton chimes in, añade su granito de arena. Chime es ching, ding. Es como de una. Entonces, you always have to chime in. Tienes que poner tu granito. So Thornton chimes in and says, hard work? Trabajo, empeño? Listen, Sherlock. Escúchame, detective listo, Sherlock. While you were tucked away up here working on your ethics, mientras tú estabas aquí metidito, tucked away, working on your ethics, trabajando tu ética, I was out there busting my hump. Now, to bust your hump is tu lomo. I was out there busting my hump in the real world, trabajando, empeñando. And the reason guys like you got a place to teach is because guys like me donate buildings. So what he's doing here is putting this guy from academia in his place, right? And Dr. Philip Barbie says, I wasn't speaking to you, Mr. Mellon. No estaba hablando contigo, señor Melón. It's a funny name, too. Well, there's a famous school in the States, university, called Carnegie Mellon. Pero eso es con dos L's. So I imagine they're playing with that name as well, being a reputable name, a name that's known in academia. And then the stage direction. Otra vez, ¿cuánto aprendemos solo de lo que es las indicaciones? He turns on his heel and heads to his car. O sea, se da media vuelta en su talón. He turns on his heel, ¿no? Like an about face, se dice en la mili. About face, dar la vuelta en 180. And he heads to his car. Se dirige a. He heads to his car. Y ese head to lo usamos siempre. Hey, are you guys heading to the party later? Yeah, we'll be heading there. I think we're going to head around 8 o'clock. Y no hay que decir, I think we're going to head. Es buenísimo. I love those words. Why? You already know the word head. I don't have to teach you a new word. You just have to know that it, as well as being cabeza, sustantivo, cabeza, Well, to head is also a very, very common way of saying we're going to go. Acudir. Let's see. Chris says it's decano, decano without an accent. You know what it is? I think, Chris, I was saying it like that, and then I started adding an accent, and I just got confused somewhere along the way. So hopefully I won't get confused in the, I've got to find some way. I'm going to remember that. In fact, I've got time now during our commercial break to say it aloud 3 or 4 times until I've got it perfectly. And folks, I can't believe it, but we have to go to our final commercial break. Oh my God. Really? Yeah, really. We'll be right back with the rest of today's Show with No Name. So stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the Show with No Name on Vaughn Radio. Welcome back, amigos. Welcome back. Don't forget to, I told you before, I said I hate the term Black Friday. I know what I said. But I want to be fair and let you guys know that even though I hate the term Black Friday, we've got some, de hecho, no lo voy a decir usando la palabra Black Friday. At Vaughn right now, we've got a lot of special deals going on for the holiday season. To get you ready for the holiday season. Me niego a decir Black Friday. I refuse to let those words come out of my lips. So we have got some special deals going on. Go over to our website. It's grupovaughn.com, and you can get all the information you need. If you're looking for materials, it's vaughntienda.com. If you want more information, you can go to the website, grupovaughn.com, and hit contact us. Or you can contact us via social media. You can find out about all the different options, including Vaughntown. Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughntown, a peaceful place where you can really learn English. and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughntown. Lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovon.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughntown. There you go, folks. There you go. Vaughntown. It's just one of the many English solutions we have. Again, more information at grupovon.com. Right now, it's time for Double Trouble. Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble. That's right, folks. It's Double Trouble only on the show with no name. And I'm going to give you guys a heads up. This one's tough. This one's going to be really tough. I'm going to force you in this one to think outside the box, to not think about translating a Spanish sentence into an English one, but thinking about how you would express the idea in English. Okay? So I'm just trying to give you a little heads up there. Un aviso. Okay, you have to use the same word twice in this translation. Esto reducirá la intensidad o te aliviará y te dará una ventaja. Whoa. So, esto reducirá la intensidad o aliviará, te aliviará y te dará una ventaja. Okay, there's your double trouble. I'll admit it, it's a really, really tough one, but I think you guys will figure it out. Okay? And we'll look at it because there are different explanations of both of these expressions. Excuse me. Okay, so in the meantime, while you guys are thinking that one over, dándole unas vueltas, que si lo piensas es igual. To think it over and over and over, ¿no? Y vueltas. Think it over, dale unas vueltas. Think it over, think it over. Here's today's Say What soundbite. Laura got it perfectly. Let's see if anybody else can give it to us. And as I said, not the easiest one we've ever had, but definitely doable. So good luck, guys. Here you go.
The doctor said that my mind would come back suddenly, and he was right. I mean, I didn't believe him, but I saw you. I walked past you into the house, and poof, my memory came back.
All right. There you go, folks. There you go. Yes, as Chris Valrol says, she's kind of out of breath there, isn't she? Está como que no tiene el aliento. Let's see. German says, you might say gloomy Friday instead if you hate the other term. Well, I just prefer to not give days of the week an adjective. It's Monday, it's Friday, it's Tuesday. Who cares? We got a TCB. Ooh, there's one for you. What does TCB stand for? We got to take care of business. To take care of business is hacer lo que hay que hacer, las cosas que hay que hacer. So, yeah, I'll just keep it as normal Friday, normal Monday, normal Tuesday. And this way I don't get my hopes up. No me hago ilusiones. Like, oh, wow, today's Red Friday. I love red. And then, yeah. All right, let's see. Salvador is taking a stab at it. He goes, this will, okay. Salvador, you're on the right track. But intense sight is not a word. And there's no period. So, yeah, there are 3 mistakes in there. The first word, I haven't heard it. It makes sense, though. All right, let's see if anybody else wants to take a stab at it. I'll tell you what, though, if you take a look at Salvador's, the second part is right. And, well, except for the period thing, you know, which is a shame. But, hey, I want it all. I'm Freddie Mercury here, folks. I wish. Ojalá. No, tampoco. Think about that. At one point, Freddie Mercury was luckier than I was. Right now, I'm luckier than he is. I'm here. Right? So the second part we've got. The first part is going to be really tough. Let's see. A ver, te doy más traducciones de la primera parte. To make something less intense. Okay? Reducir la intensidad de algo. To alleviate, to soften. Hacerlo más suave. You're getting the idea behind it, right? Here it says matar el gusanillo. Oh, yeah, esto es con, okay, yeah. Esto es si tienes hambre, you can do it. Sure. Okay. Entonar. Let's see this one. Entonar. Coordinate, tona. Okay, entonarse. Alegrarse con la bebida. Okay, también. O sea, es aliviar, piénsalo. Estás entonándote, te estás relajando los nervios. That's a good way to say it too. So, I guess the best translation is reducir la intensidad, aliviar a alguien, reducirle los nervios para que no estén tan nerviosos, tranquilizarles, aplacar. I don't know. These are the words that come to mind, okay? So anybody want to take a stab at that? Because I like, hey, Salvador, I love the way you're thinking there because it would make sense there to edge down something. And let's see, hey, let's look it up. Maybe they use it in England, who knows? Edge down. Let's see. No, just because, no, it's not coming up over here. Edge down. Okay, let's see. Chris says, this is going to edge away from it and will give you an edge. The great thing is, guys, both of our students who have participated, Salvador and Chris Valrol, have gotten the second part right. Hey, I'll take it. Hey, that gives them an edge. Les da ventaja saber la segunda parte, aunque no sepan la primera aún. Because after this section, you are going to know it. That's the way it works. So we've looked at that before. If you have an edge, you have an advantage, a competitive advantage, right? Edge, que también es el borde, right? If you're walking along a cliff por un acantilado, don't go near the edge, please. You'll make me nervous. Edge. But if we talk about a competitive edge, es que tú tienes una ventaja. Okay? If you speak English, perfect example. If you speak English, you will definitely have an edge. Not just in the business world, but you'll make friends all over the place when you travel. So I love it, guys. These are excellent efforts, but the expression is to take the edge off. Okay? Voy a darte unos ejemplos. Entonar. I'm going to drink some wine to take the edge off and get rid of my stage fright. So es quitarme el borde de encima. To take the edge off is the expression, okay? Alberto, you seem nervous, man. Take a deep breath just to take the edge off. So it doesn't have to be with, placarse con alcohol y todo esto, pero es to relax, to be less nervous, okay? A lot of times they say it, oh, man, take one of these pills. It'll take the edge off, okay? Interesting expression. A ver, to take the, reducir la intensidad, okay? I had a headache all morning. I took some aspirin and it took the edge off. It made it less painful, less intense. It alleviated it. So aliviar, again, these are the words that come to mind. It's an interesting concept to take the edge off. Oh, man. I'm going to eat a candy bar right now just to take the edge off. I'm really hungry. Matar el gusanillo in that case, que nos pone aquí. Okay, so excellent expression if you didn't know it. A lot of you already knew an edge, well, siendo borde, but also an edge is an advantage. Y ojo, es más fácil de pronunciar. No sabes las veces que he oído gente decir advantage. Y no se pronuncia así, ¿no? Se pronuncia advantage. Advantage, not advantage. So, si te lías, the edge. Hey, you guys have an edge. That's not fair. All right, my amigos. Hopefully the show with no name takes the edge off every day, ¿no? Te hace la vida menos intensa. Or no, maybe I make your life even more intense with challenges like that. Well, don't worry. I make up for it because this is one of the most chill sections, una de las secciones más tranquilas. You don't have to do very much except, well, explain it if you get today's joke in your joking.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, what did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch. Ouch. You get it? Ouch. He walked into the bar.
You're joking. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're joking only on the show with no name. All right, here's your joke. In fact, I got a couple jokes for you today. He traído algunos chistes. The first one, let's go joke by joke. If you get the joke, you can explain it to us in our chat room. Okay, why did the policeman let the ghost go? ¿Por qué soltó el policía al fantasma? Okay. So, why did the policeman let the ghost go? He couldn't pin anything on him. He couldn't pin anything on him? No? You get it? A ghost pin? Does anybody get it? No. I know you know the word pin. I mean, you have the word pin in Spanish, right? So, why didn't the policeman arrest the ghost? Or why did he let him go, as we say? Why did he let him go? Because he couldn't pin anything on him. All right. Well, we need to look at these double meanings here of pin. If you can't pin anything on someone, no puedes abrocharle algo. Un pin. Piensa, ¿qué haces con un pin? Un imperdible. Right? A pin. You pin it on somebody. Now, if it's a ghost, can't pin anything on a ghost because, well, there's nothing solid, supposedly, right? You need something solid, a shirt, something to pin a pin on. Me encanta que el inglés es tan lógico así. So pin, but there must be another use there. Bueno, los bolos, those are called pins as well. Sure. But no, it can't be that. Well, also, to pin something on somebody is to accuse them. She did it, and she's trying to pin it on me. Okay? You get it now? Why did the policeman let the ghost go? Because he couldn't pin anything on him. No podía acusarle de nada. No podía abrocharle nada. O fijarle algo. Well, hey, you already knew the word pin. Decís, tengo un pin. Right? Well, just giving you some more uses of that word pin. Okay, here's an easy one. What kind of street does a ghost usually live on? A dead end. A dead end. Okay, all right. Bad joke. Well, dead end is a good word to know if you didn't know it. Obviously dead because he's a ghost, and a dead end is a cul-de-sac. También usamos la palabra francesa. La diferencia es dead end suena como horrible. Don't go near that dead end. Oh, she lives in a beautiful cul-de-sac. Okay, o sea, para que ves que es la misma palabra, pero no. Like, you say cul-de-sac, it's like, wow, that's beautiful. Congratulations. Oh, yeah, he lives on a dead end. Oh, wow. De hecho, if somebody's, man, this is a dead end job. Un trabajo que no tiene salida. So we use the same thing. Un callejón sin salida. And Jay Lima gives us one. What room does a ghost not need in a house? The living room. Nice one. Así me gusta. Nice job. All right, well, folks, it's time for famous birthday trivia.
On the show
That's right, folks. That's right. It's famous birthdays only on the show with no name. And as always, folks, we're going to look at some famous people. The first person, I already told you the first person's name. He co-wrote Back to School. He also was in Ghostbusters and co-wrote Ghostbusters. He wasn't in the latest installment because he no longer is. Okay, so he was, para todo ya, he was. But he was the guy who told us, you know, if there's something strange in your neighborhood, who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. If you see anything run through your head. My daughter loves, well, who doesn't? Does anybody not like that song? So yeah, this guy, awesome. And not just Ghostbusters and Ghostbuster 2, where he played Egon, but he was also in Stripes, which was a comedy about the military with Bill Murray. He also co-wrote that movie. As a director, he did Caddyshack. That was with Bill Murray and Chevy Chase. Es uno de golf, que salió in 1980. Wow, I was 3 years old, but I still love the movie. Well, I remember seeing when I was old enough, it was on TV. Then one of my favorite movies ever, National Lampoon's Vacation, and I think you call it La Locura Familia Chiflada Americana y sus Vacaciones or something. Then you have Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. So obviously we see that he collaborates with Bill Murray quite a bit as well. And I already told you, Back to School, so many other movies. I mean, this guy, I think half of the movies I grew up watching were thanks to this guy. Number 2, she was born in Iceland, an Icelandic singer-songwriter. I would say, and unless somebody can think of somebody else, possibly the most famous Icelandic person alive, right? I'm a huge fan. I love her music. It's very distinct. She mixes a lot of styles, which I really like as well. And I've been a fan of hers since I discovered her music. And she has just got album after album. She started her music career when she was 11. Okay. And last but not least, she was born in 1945. Blonde Hollywood celebrity. She was the queen of the 70s and 80s. Her daughter now is very famous. Her daughter's name is Kate Hudson, una actriz muy famosa, Kate Hudson. And this woman has been in everything. I mean, Shampoo, Private Benjamin. She plays an army officer. Overboard. Do you know Overboard? That's where she met her husband, Kurt Russell, right? Kurt Russell, el actor Kurt Russell. They met doing the movie Overboard, que no sé cómo se llama en español. A la derriba, que se cae él del barco, and, you know, something like that. No, se cae ella del barco, and he tells her she has amnesia and that he's her. It's an awesome movie. And, oh man, I love this actress. You don't see her in too much these days. Well, she was born in 45, so I guess she's stepping aside so that her daughter can get some protagonism as well. And they're both tremendous actresses. So the apple didn't fall far from the tree there. And folks, we've got a winner. It's Chris Valrol. Number 1, Harold Ramis. Number 2, Bjork. And number 3, Goldie Hawn. And that's right. This will bring us over to our Say What soundbite. This is actress Goldie Hawn, the one and only Goldie Hawn. And she had a very high, I'm killing her. When she was younger, she had a very high pitch voice, but it was one of her, signatures. So this is her in the movie Overboard. And she's realizing she's coming back around again. She's right to come to or to come back around is that she's regaining her memory. And she realizes, oh my God, what's going on? So this is like a crucial moment in the movie. Jay Lima says it was called Un Mar de Líos. Es buenísima. And she says, the doctor said that my mind would come back suddenly. Que iba a volver mi mente de repente. And he was right. Y tenía razón. I didn't believe him, but I saw you, vio a su ex marido. I saw you. I walked past you into the house and poof, poof. My memory came back. Here it is, folks, the one and only, the birthday girl, Goldie Hawn.
The doctor said that my mind would come back suddenly, and he was right. I mean, I didn't believe him, but I saw you. I walked past you into the house, and poof, my memory came back.
All right, folks, there you go. And it's time for our final section today. Name that lyric.
Hi, hello, Alberto. I think the song is. No? Sorry, bye.
Name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. Name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. It's name that lyric only on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It's Name That Lyric only on the show with no name. All right, well, first, thank you. Thank you so much for being here today and every day, whether you're tuned in live or you listen to us via podcast. I thank you for choosing to learn English with me, with my buddies here at Vaughn Radio. I can only promise you the rest of the afternoon, you are in great hands. Estáis en buenísimas manos. So make sure you keep it locked here on Vaughn Radio. Up next, we've got Jules, our newest program, Jules Linares, and her program is called Let's Get Random. I highly recommend you give it a listen. You'll get hooked. Te engancharás. And thank you once again. I'm going to give you today's Name That Lyric. This is Bjork, okay? And this is the song. It's called Hyper Ballad, Hyper Balada. All right? And I'm sure many of you have heard it. It's very catchy, muy pegadizo. And she says, here, you can Google the lyrics, okay? We live on a mountain. No, mountain. Dilo conmigo, mountain. We live on a mountain right at the top, en la cima. This beautiful view from the top of the mountain. Every morning, I walk towards the edge. Vimos towards la semana pasada. Hacia. I walk towards the edge, el borde, ya sabéis, edge, lo vimos en Double Trouble hoy. And I throw little things off. Tiro cosas pequeñas por el acantilado, por el borde. Like car parts, partes de un coche. Bottles and cutlery. Cutlery, forks, knives, spoons, that's called cutlery. Or whatever I find lying around, o lo que veo tirado por ahí. It's become a habit. Pronúncialo conmigo, porque en español la H es muda. Habit. Hábito, right? Habit. It's become a habit, a way to start the day. Guys, I hope you'll sing it with me. It's not easy to sing Bjork songs, but we'll do our best. And thanks for your patience with me as well, because, today, as you can see, I'm still stuffed up. I can't get better, not 100%. And I'm the one who's the healthiest in my home. So that just gives you an idea. Thank you so much, guys. Always a pleasure. Let's kick it off with some Bjork. Kick it off. No, end it off. Wrap it up. Kick off. I can't start now. Thanks so much for being here, folks.